Today, Precarious plays
Fire Emblem! Eliwood and colleagues defeat Balker, one of Marquis Lau's lackeys. They then press on towards Castle Kalen. Yet inside the castle, many Lau's soldiers remain. Eliwood and friends begin their assault on the castle to save Marquis Kalen. That's a little short.
Yeah, it was kind of...
Well, the story is the length is diminished a little in the middle of the game, I think. It picks back up, like the volume of the story, I should say. You know, there's still important stuff in the middle, but the volume goes down, I think. There are still quite a few Lao soldiers in the castle. Where are the Kalen guards?
I think about half of them were killed in the surprise attack. The survivors must be here somewhere.
They might be locked away as prisoners. We'd better rescue them quickly. If Marquis Loud decides to hold them hostage, it will make seizing the throne much more difficult.
It's settled. Let's find the guards and retake the castle.
Hold on, Grandfather. We'll be there shortly.
Seize the throne! It's time to reclaim the castle!
Fight! I love it when they put, like, exclamation marks on menu items.
Oh, like fight?
Yeah,
And okay.
go!
Lark. The captured Kalen soldiers are most likely exhausted. I'd like to protect them and keep them from having to fight. I realize that makes it difficult for you to plan a strategy, but I will do my best to take up their share of the fighting. Now, please tell us what we should do, Lark.
Okay.
It interests me that Eliwood's desires are potentially disallowed by the mechanics of the game. Because the basic soldier class wields a spear. Now, our Eliwood is already, like, on point.
Yeah.
Like, he's up to snuff with his levels and statistics. But it does interest me that there is an Eliwood that would be disadvantaged, right?
Yeah.
An Eliwood that might struggle to fight other sword users. Like, for example, if we were in Hector's hard mode, and he was like, I will fight in their stead. And then we're like, no, dude, you're gonna get your ass kicked by that swordmaster if you try to fight in their stead. Like, they would get their asses kicked if they tried to fight that same swordmaster, sure, but it would be because they are wimpy NPCs, not because of the mechanics of the world that you live in, where it's just hard-coded that a regular spear, just a stock spear, a stock spear will beat a stock sword.
I just want you to know that I'm conflicted right now.
Why?
Because I moved him there so that he could rescue our thief,
Matthew?
Matthew.
Yeah.
And now I have to choose between support and rescue.
Do the tactical plan first, because 1 or 2 turns shouldn't make a big difference. I mean, what?
Actually, you know what? For this end of the plan, it doesn't. I've just remembered.
Okay, then let's do our first support conversation.
Oh boy! I hope I remember what Sane sounds like a bro star, right?
Yes, he sounds
Okay.
like bro star. What is... Zane!
Ah, Kent.
Take it easy there. Take it easy out there, all right? We're not the only ones fighting here, you know? Feel free to let Lord Elliewood face the enemy now and again.
But then, how can I show off my grace in battle?
For whom do you intend to show off?
Why, all the lovely ladies in our camp, of course.
Cha.
This is the best time to catch their eye, you know?
They're so alert and like looking around for danger.
Yeah, I've gotta look for my admirers. Gotta look good for my admirers, too.
You will never change, will you? You should think more of the needs of our whole group. Instead of rushing off into the fray like a berserker.
I'll be fine, Mother. And I'm off!
Zane, wait! Damn it, what a bloody fool. They have one of my... Oh, ugh, I kind of want to spoil it. They have one of my favorite support conversations in the series, and whenever we get there, you're going to be stunned.
I believe you, and I think I remember what you're talking about, too.
Let me just say, it is the most suggestive thing I've ever seen in a Nintendo like brand
Yeah!
game. Okay, but shush, no more.
Shush, no more. Yes.
Hee 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 hee.
Hee 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 hee. Friends forever, friendship never ends, especially if you're a Pegasus friend. La la la, la. You're gonna heal 2 points, and it'll be great.
Oh, actually, I just realized that friendship is magic just works in this world, huh?
Yeah, it really does.
Oh wait. He is a mercenary. Maybe I can just give him Wrath's voice and they can share because we're not going to use Wrath.
Whatever. Just pick one, man.
I'll just try and sound cool and a little depressed. Hey, you. Let me out of here.
What?
Markiastia's brother is among your enemy, right? Let me out. I'll help you. But I must have the brother. I have a score to settle with House Astia. Here.
Do you think me a fool? You work for House Kalen. I cannot trust your word.
Then I'll have to break down this door and go through you. You were using Lucas as a hostage, but now he's here with me.
No, Lord Raven.
Prettier.
No. How's that?
A little less
too
pretty.
music.
Yeah,
How about down here? Is this nice?
I think that was about right.
No, Lord Raven. You mustn't. You cannot betray your debt to Marquis Kalen.
Shut up.
Okay.
You think me foolish, but you don't understand. You don't understand. How about it?
Very well. You, get out. Remember, if you betray us, your companion dies.
I see. Just remember, if that happens, you die next.
Mutually assured destruction. Very solid snake.
A little. I'm trying to keep it from being raspy, because that's how I remember Snake.
Wait. You can't go alone. It's too dangerous.
Take this. Lucius, stay here and be quiet. I'll be back for you.
Lord Raven. I love that little door noise. It's so satisfying. Maybe I just associate it with getting presents now. Oh, heavens!
I think that there was a time when I was sort of disappointed by the series Because I think I always assumed after that scene that the two of them were romantically involved. And just to be clear, I was not confused. I had not forgotten that Lucius was male.
Right. You were just like, oh, they're in love. Clearly, that's what you do for people who you love.
Yeah, I just thought that they were romantically involved, and I think that at some point I learned that they weren't. If you get their support conversations together, I think it eliminates that being a possibility, if I remember correctly. And why would they write them that way? And then insist that their writing was just misleading.
Yeah.
And I know the answer. It's because this game is, I think, like well over a decade old, and what the fuck am I talking about? Tamagotchi Life was still a big piece of shit. Do you know about Tamagotchi Life?
No, I guess not. The two things that you said sound to me like 90s kitsch artifacts, both of them. Life as in the board game, and Tamagotchi as in some keychain thing.
Tamagotchi Life was a game that I think was... I think it might have been a first-party Nintendo title. I think. If not, I think it was developed very, very close to Nintendo proper, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like a little life simulator. I heard that it was pretty disappointing. Like, as a game, there wasn't a lot to do in it. I think it ran on your Mii's, though, so you could populate it with people that you... presumably people that you knew, right?
Right.
Mii's that you've created.
Mm-hmm.
And people could be involved romantically, but there were no... I'm trying to think of the word, it's completely escaped me. Every relationship had to be heteronormative.
Oh.
And I think that they recognized the complaints,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe that they promised to address it, like, in future entries, I think. And that happened, I think, in the same year where The Sims 4 got patched to just let you set up your Sims biologies and behavioral preferences and their demonstrations of gender much more fluidly, right?
Right.
So this might not be super fair, but it it is maybe Nintendo as a company is homophobic.
Like, weirdly so.
Yeah, and the reason why I say that might not be fair is because I haven't done any research, right?
Yeah.
It's just sort of a guess.
It's just based on your experiences with the products that Nintendo has made that you have personally experienced.
Right, I'm basing this guess on like 3 products, and it's worse, I think, in Nintendo of America. That's important to point out.
Oh.
Because we've talked about it several times, but you've never gotten to play it.
Mm-hmm.
Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. There's a party member that you get, which I believe they present her as just like a trodden upon sister.
Mm-hmm.
In America, but in every other region, I believe that character is supposed to be transgender, and I think that that's the reason why her sisters pick on her. Because she's supposed to be like the third youngest sister, I think, in like a group of 3 witches.
Uh-huh.
And I think they're supposed to be mean to her because she started out as a boy and like broke their witching sister streak, the chain, right?
Yeah.
The sibling chain. And
he broke up the band by being born.
and then he just starts presenting himself as a she and makes all of the necessary cultural changes in the Mushroom Kingdom to do that, and has a feminine figure, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's sort of a shadow creature, I think.
Yeah.
Like purple body, big cute red, I think it's a red and white striped hat. I really like the design.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody in Paper Mario is a great design. Like I love Goombella.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm trying to remember. There's like a little baby Yoshi who joins you, and he has like sort of like he comes out with rocker hair, like bright. I think like a bright red streak of hair.
Should I do a support conversation?
We'll do a support conversation, and then I'm going to introduce something,
Uh-huh.
and then we're gonna call in an episode.
Okay.
But this is gonna be. Wait, no! Sorry. I just caught the thing. That's Elliewood and Hector. We should not do a support conversation because I don't know
If there's like a limit.
Well, there is a limit. It's a limit of 5 total, and I don't know who we're gonna use. We haven't talked about who we're gonna use the 2 other support conversation options on for everybody.
Okay.
So we should save it for later.
Okay.
So I guess I'll just have him wait, and then I will introduce the thing. Because I don't want this series to wind up being 850 episodes,
Yeah.
what I want to do is I want to try, because now that we have most of the characters that we're going to get, we're missing, I think, 1 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, after this map is concluded, we'll be missing 1. And the battles are going to become less harrowing. So what I think I want to try to do is what I'm calling first third, last third.
Mm-hmm.
Where we show the first third,
Mm-hmm.
where you get to see the map and you get to see the shape of the conflict, right?
Right.
And that's usually where like the important establishing conversations happen. And then, barring anything important that happens in the middle, like a support conversation or recruiting a new character or particularly significant reinforcements.
Mm-hmm.
After like the first third of the enemy count has been taken out, we'll cut away, probably play for about 20 minutes or so, I would wager on most maps.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll come back for the last third, which features like the boss and usually the boss's entourage, right?
Right.
And the in-between maps, all of the talking will be completely unaffected. So that's what I'm going to try to do. So, do you think that we're about a third of the way through this map right now?
Yeah, I really do actually. This is a very neat. Yeah, because I'm about to go in there and get those things, and we're about to clear out this hallway, which brings us to this nonsense that's about to happen right here. And we're
Okay,
good.
we're gonna come back tomorrow and we're gonna see how this works. and we're going to be much closer to the situation with Raven and Lucius. How's that sound? Eh? Huh?
What am I supposed to say? Sounds bad? Sounds musical? Sounds...
Euphonium? That was a fake laugh. You just gave me a fake laugh.